back to Basement Video Podcast with your host, John, co-host Alex, producer, sexiest man in the world, Andrew,
Question mark?
Sexiest man? Whoa.
That's what I heard. The people are talking.
Like loosest
And by people, I mean me and Alex.
Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You might notice there's a little difference in the quality. We got a new camera. And
Yeah, we
Andrew
did.
got out of prison, and he's not in a dungeon anymore. 'Cause
Yeah,
he has our old camera, and the new camera's on me and Alex.
that's right. You want to see?
Yep. Does it still look like you're in prison?
No, I look good now.
Now you're in a celebrity prison.
I'm in celebrity prison now, yeah.
Alex, how was your trip to Florida? We haven't seen you for a bit.
I know, it's been a while, actually. I have. It's been like 2 weeks since I haven't been on like a podcast with you guys.
Alex won the Super Bowl and went to Disney World.
I didn't win the Super Bowl. I just, me and my family just were like, we can finally travel and doesn't matter how long. We don't have to worry about the COVID anymore. And so we went to Florida after since 2019. And it was actually like a lot of fun. Like the hotel we stayed at wasn't that great, but goddamn it, the beaches weren't beautiful.
Oh, yeah. The hotel doesn't matter when you go on vacation.
No, of course
like
not.
that.
The hotel's like the littlest, even though it was annoying that like we couldn't have a light on and use a hairdryer without like
Shorting the fuse.
Yeah, exactly. It's like literally every day we
You're in Florida.
Yeah.
And you're in Florida, live like a Floridian.
Floridiot?
Floridian.
Yeah.
Oh, Floridiot.
And then like
Live on the floor, idiot.
Yeah.
and then while I'm
That's
at
what they say. Sorry.
and then like while I'm at Florida, I'm just like reading the text like, so what are you guys doing the podcast this week? It was like Power Rangers.
I just did that to piss you
I
off.
was like, yeah, you did. All right. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
It was funny though because I think Andrew said no, but I was like, yeah, we did it. We actually did like both movies or something like that. We did Turbo and this one.
What the fuck is this shit about Turbo?
Turbo's dope.
Oh, Power Rangers Turbo. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about that snail movie.
Oh my god. No, Power Rangers Turbo.
Yeah, we did the snail movie Turbo. It
Yeah.
was sick.
And then Planes. It was a double feature.
Yeah.
It was the week that we hated ourselves.
Next week we're doing Cars.
That's a great movie. Shut the fuck up.
I've never seen it.
Really?
It's the same as both those other movies.
It's got heart and like it's got good writing. Okay.
Someone would say the same about Turbo.
And Planes. I know people that like Planes.
Yeah, Planes is actually pretty good. I saw Planes.
I never saw Planes.
It's like Cars, but wait for it, with planes.
It's fucking crazy.
No way.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It's the story of the underdog, a crop duster.
A crop duster.
Crop duster.
I'm just old crop duster. I crop dusted you guys before we started.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Does that
Felix,
I farted and walked.
Oh,
Crop
Yeah.
dusted.
I didn't know that was
he dusted the crops.
Yeah.
Were the crops.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
The dust? My fecal
His
matter
ass.
fart.
So what movie did you watch this week?
Power Rangers, the movie. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Not the fucking new one.
I don't mind that one.
Actually, you know what? That's not too
that
bad.
was pretty good.
That was probably an average movie for me.
It was a good movie to
I mean,
bring back a thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Well,
not-
we didn't watch that one. We watched 1995, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The movie.
I saw so like when I was looking up this movie and I was looking up the reviews, I was actually heartbroken to see that like.
Well,
Sorry.
we were like
I
3
get that-
years old when the movie came out.
I get that like obviously like Rotten Tomatoes is not going to give this a movie, like no like real movie reviewers are going to give like IMDb is going to give this like a high rated movie, like everything was like kind of like 50, but I was surprised to see that like people like fans were like this is a 50 like 6 out of like 100.
Some people just don't like Power Rangers.
Blows my mind actually.
Like, especially early Power Rangers.
I don't know about you, but me and my sister, we actually both grew up with Power Rangers.
I think you know I did.
I don't know if you ever grew up with Power Rangers, John.
Yeah, I don't really like. I got a whole shelf dedicated to Power Rangers. I got, but yeah,
Yeah, you hate them.
yeah.
But it was like one of the few shows that me and my sister actually got along and like we watched together because when we were little, me and my sister were like cat and dogs. We like
Lonely world, little cat dog.
You guys were cat dog? You were attached?
Your
at the
parents
waist?
sent human centipeded you guys backwards.
She wanted so like
So I have a question. Who shit? Did it come out the mouth or?
Who was the assholes?
so during when Power Rangers was airing, there was another show that my sister wanted to watch. My sister wanted to watch the Donkey Kong animated TV show. And that
They're
came-
both good choices.
I know. So I was conflicted too because I was like, damn, it's a fucking good show. And conveniently, they both came out.
Banana Slammer, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, exactly. They both aired at the exact same time on the Fox. It was like
Fox Kids.
yeah, Fox Kids exactly. And so But I stuck with Power Rangers. My sister, she actually got hooked onto Power Rangers when they went into space. Power Rangers in Space was
I
her
like that
favorite.
one.
I think a lot of
I think
people.
Zio's my favorite.
Yeah,
After Mighty Morphin.
and I was actually like really surprised that like because it's just like I never had any shows to watch with I never had friends back then. I never had like my sister watch any shows that I wanted to watch. So her watching Power Rangers with me was like one of my like cherished childhood memories that I have.
That's sick though. So which one did she like?
Like Ranger?
Yeah.
I think she just like the Red Ranger. Just because she's
That's the
hot.
reason I like the Pink Ranger. I was watching this movie and I was
Same.
like, "Oh fuck, I forgot about you, Kimberly. What up?"
Yeah.
I remember that like because I wanted the like all the like the action figures and like the morphers and the like the weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would always like press my dad like, Dad, can we like stop at like Toys R Us just for like a little bit if we're gonna go to the grocery store? Alex, Toys R Us is like all the way in Devonshire Mall or wherever. That's like
Yeah.
nowhere near like Walmart. It's like it's along the way. Can we just stop there for a sec, please? You're like, oh, fine. And then obviously like we'd look and I'd be like, can I have this? Like, no, you can't. And it's just the thing is like, whenever he did buy me like actual Power Ranger stuff, it was always like he kind of like was like disappointed in a way that like he's like, which color do you want? I'm like, I want pink. He was like, are you sure? You don't want red or
Then
green?
you should have showed him the show, Dad. Here's why I want pink.
And he was just like, okay. I just like pink because obviously she was hot, but also like pink was actually like my favorite color. I love the color pink back
It's
then.
not a bad color.
Yeah.
Pretty dope color.
But who was your favorite Ranger
Before
in
Tommy,
the shows?
Pre-Tommy,
Yeah, pre-Tommy.
pre-Tommy. I think
Yeah.
pre-Tommy was Zach and Kimberly. I think.
Yeah. I think a lot of people can agree that like as soon as Tommy came into the show,
Game changer.
Yeah, like everyone like was like tuning in. They were like, "Who the fuck is this cool guy?"
Because Power Ranger was already fucking nuts, and then
Mhm.
Green Ranger came, and they're like, I don't even know like why.
It was because there's something about adding a special, unique guy,
Especially who was a villain at first.
exactly. He had a backstory, and he's this sixth Ranger. It's like, whoa, there's a sixth Ranger.
Because it was already like, because that was still in season 1, but season 1's like 60 episodes long, I think.
Yeah, so it was like, and not only that he's like the sixth Ranger, he's green and he's like the most powerful out of all
Isn't
of
he
them.
the seventh?
No, there's 5 Rangers.
Well, there's red, black, pink, white, blue.
He
That's
is-
why he turns.
He turns into white.
Oh, okay.
He was green originally.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because green was like originally, I think it was like Rita Repulsa was like
The green one?
Yeah.
The Green Ranger was originally bad.
yeah.
Wanted to go fuck around, and then he had to fight. They captured Jason. Remember, he had to fight Goldar in like that smoky room.
Yeah. Because he was like, "Hey, you gotta beat me before the candle burns out," and it's just like, "All right," and then he doesn't, and then
It's like 8 episodes.
that was intense though.
The green candle. They just went to the fucking dollar store, got a tall green candle.
And then eventually they were like, you know what? This shit's fucking slaps. Let's just make a movie out of this. The kids are going to love it. And so they did. And so they set on in their epic adventure to make a movie.
They filmed in Australia.
They
though,
all
didn't they?
filmed it all in Australia.
Which was dope.
Yeah. And from what I hear, it was kind of a mess.
Well, we have first-hand knowledge.
We went to a Comic-Con and we actually spoke with the Blue Ranger himself.
Want to pitch, Andrew? You want to pull this up or put it in later?
Yeah, pull her up.
Here's John and Alex meeting the Blue
Blue
Ranger,
Ranger.
Billy. Everyone that sees this picture, especially looking at Alex, says that he looks more excited to meet us than we do to meet him.
Definitely, 100%.
Well, because he gave us the morphers to hold,
Yeah.
and then we were holding them wrong to him, so he had to like just adjust us for like 2 minutes, and we're both just like, oh, come on.
We were like both like a mess during
Well,
the
because we both just fucking.
Was this our first Comic-Con actually?
This is the first time I think we went to go meet people because there was actually people we wanted to meet there.
So before we met,
Where was this Comic-Con?
The casino, Windsor.
Oh, Windsor. Nice.
and
Nice.
I wish I went to the Toronto one. The Toronto one always seems to have like the big name people that show
Yeah, but then you
up.
gotta wait in line for like 8 hours to meet them. This we had to wait in line with like 2 people.
I still don't have any fun. Like that was probably my fondest memory. Everything else is just like I was either too nervous to talk to famous people or I.
What do you mean? We were both fucking nervous as fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Oh, hi, Mr. Blue Ranger.
yeah, but you didn't mess up as bad as I did. When
I handed
met
him that VHS. I was like, I got something weird for you to sign, and he's like, huh?
I have like a lot of like Blue Ranger collection. I'm sorry if that's weird. It's like,
He's like, this isn't weird. This is what you like. And I was like, I didn't. Yeah, you're making it worse, I think, by explaining why it's not weird to me.
stop making this weird because it's not making it weird. It's like, okay.
But then after like that weird encounter we had with him, was not his fault at all. It was all our fault. He had a panel that he went to. He did, and me and Alex sat in there for like an hour.
Yeah, but you didn't mess up as bad as I did when I met Sean Astin and I call him, "Hey, Sean Austin, how you doing?" Like,
Alex did, yeah, but you didn't meet him yet. You were yelling to get his attention because he was around the DeLorean trying to open it with the key that the Goonies key as a joke for a picture. And Alex was like, Cian! Cian! And I was like, what are you saying?
I thought his name was Cian.
I don't know.
Because it's spelled Sean, but like,
Yeah,
it's Sean.
That's how you spell Sean.
I don't know. I failed the dictionary. I failed the literacy test like once.
And that was the same Comic Con you almost got in a fight with Lou Ferrigno, but I think we've told that story.
I think we mentioned that story like a lot of times where
Yeah.
he almost wanted to choke me out.
But yeah, we were in the panel, and all he talked about really, not really all, but he kept bringing up how the Green Ranger was kind of a dick. Not a dick, but like, he just pranked everyone and like...
Pranked.
Yeah,
Did we tell you this? Like what some of the pranks that he did was
he made the shoe.
He pissed in he pissed in people's shoes apparently.
That's a prank, dude.
And he would go to people's trailers and autograph all their like furniture to be like, that's gonna be worth something someday.
Yeah, bro, that's a prank.
And he would also
The Blue Ranger seemed like annoyed by it, but he didn't want to outright say the Green Ranger's a dick. So he's like, yeah, he's just pranking. He's peeing in people's shoes.
and then he also
What did he do to the sandwich? Do you remember?
he made the Blue Ranger a sandwich but put a fly in it.
Yeah, peanut butter and jelly with a fly in it.
And it-
Dick.
I was like, what the fuck? Who does that? Like, because like, I guess when you're famous and you're the Green Ranger, I guess like when you're the Green Ranger,
You got a
you're like
big ego
you're,
when you was
you're
a
the
Green
top
Ranger.
shit. Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, remember when I wasn't on the show and you guys were cool? Remember when I am on the show? Now you guys are fucking dope.
So, and the thing was like, I feel bad for the Blue Ranger, and he mentioned that he holds like no grudges with the studios and their decisions.
Because they would say a bunch of slurs to him when he was on set because he's gay.
Yeah.
that's why he quit?
He also wanted to be like the Red Ranger, but they just said that he wasn't like masculine enough either. Like,
Oh yeah, because he originally auditioned for the
Red Ranger,
but
yeah.
then he got the Blue Ranger. And then like, because him and Tommy are the ones that stayed the longest. Because they were both in Zeo, but Billy wasn't really in Zeo. He was kind of just...
he was like a coach almost.
He was hanging out with like
Yeah.
Alpha 5 and Zordon. But that was the last one he did, I think, because of just how horrible the set environment was for him.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know what's funny?
What?
So, you know how you said you didn't recognize my teacher from the Comic-Con?
Yeah.
The picture with the Blue Ranger
Yeah.
has my teacher's logo in the background.
That's funny. Oh, are you going tomorrow with us?
Hmm?
Did I send it to that group?
Don't think so.
There's a
That-
Comic Con tomorrow.
That toy show, like the one we went to last time.
Where is it?
Same place.
I mean, I don't even.
The
Oh,
Legion?
Bad Legion on Howard.
Yeah, sure, why not?
You met a girl last time.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, that was another thing too. Was that like in the movies, he told the producer that he was like, "I'm not wearing my glasses. I'm just not."
Yeah, because they want him to be nerdy, which is whatever.
But he said like obviously wearing glasses like it irritates. He
stereotypical and it
can't. He
hurts.
can't see. It's like,
doing kung fu with glasses you don't need.
Yeah, dude, that's dope.
and then they're like,
everybody
"Okay,
likes
fine."
that.
But then like immediately like after the movie, he's like back to wearing glasses for the
Well,
show.
that you can tell this is just a repaint because he still has his glasses on him. That's the movie figure because he's shiny.
You'd think that like the
They
Power
would-
Rangers being Power Rangers empowered by like this alien like force, you think they make him not need to wear glasses.
you think?
You ever notice that like whenever a show where a character
That's
who
like
wears
the first thing to go.
yeah, well sometimes, but like a lot of times it's like even though they get this massive power up, they're
Like
still
Peter
like
Parker, he
they're
didn't need
still
glasses.
wearing glasses. Well, no,
Peter Parker didn't need glasses.
No, he just uses a disguise.
No, I mean he had them in the movies, the Tobey Maguire movies. I'm saying. And he didn't need them. Remember, he woke up, he's all jacked.
Yeah, exactly. He puts on the glasses and then it's like he pulls down his pants and realizes he's got like a massive
Massive what?
spider dong.
Spider dong, spider dong. Anyways, you want to get into the movie now? We've got all our stories out.
I mean, where do we begin? We start off with like the whole these not even college, high school students are like, all right, guys, we're gonna skydive down into this little target in the middle of plaza. Let's go! Wow! And then they just like the metal, like just the generic, like
It didn't start there. It started
Who
somewhere.
are the two guys?
Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
Why?
Just wondering.
They're comedy relief. That's all they are.
Well, that's all they are. They
Yeah.
have nothing to do with that.
I love their intro though. It's
They-
like whenever they
They do something in the later seasons, because they stayed longer than most of the original cast. I think they might be like cops in like later, like
I think
Dino
you're-
Thunder or something.
something like that. Yeah. All I know is that I love every time they're in a scene, it's just like the music goes like boom, 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 boom. Like it's just like
Yeah, it does do that. I want a Bulk and Skull figure. They've never made that.
I feel like they get shafted like all the time. They're like the people that like you think that no one gives a shit about, but then it's just like they're charming in a way and like
They're cool. They're
yeah.
fun.
But yeah, the movie starts with like this like Star Wars like narration of like who the Power
So
Rangers
you
are.
don't have to really know anything, like, because if you're a kid that never watched Power Rangers.
And then in the first place, like I'm pretty sure who watched that movie that wasn't what audience was like Power Rangers.
Well, what if you're sleeping at your cousin's house for the weekend?
Mm.
Your cousin's fucking hard into Power Rangers and you've never seen it.
And
And then they're like, "We're going to see it."
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say your cousin's hard.
no, not that. I thought you were gonna say you go to visit your cousin. Your cousin's fucking hard, so you tune in the Power Rangers to tune out that sound.
Yeah, that's where I wasn't going for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So your cousin's hot or hard?
No, I'm saying forget it. I was just saying he's
I don't know what they do in Florida, Alex, but we're in Canada now.
Again, you're back.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
Ugh.
Welcome back.
to Canada.
And so they skydive, and then the dad's like, "This looks dangerous," and the son's like, "Shut up, dad."
Yeah, literally. The only what's it called? Not mark. What do they call it when they put brands in a movie?
Marketing.
No, it's marketing, but what's
Product placement.
Product placement. The only one I noticed was just Jordan. The kid had a Jordan hat, and then like when they're trying to push the parents back at the end, they go to the kid's shoes, and all the kids are wearing Jordans.
I feel like
They were fresh as fuck.
they were. It was Jordan 6s. Those are dope as fuck.
Those are some of the sickest ones.
I agree.
I'm just thinking like who authorized this? Who said like high school students are allowed to go skydiving and
TV show where high school students are actually 25. I thought it was stupid. Okay, so whenever they land, everyone's like, "Yeah, they're awesome. They're dope as fuck."
and then
Even
immediately
they land, the guy's like, 5 out of 5 lands for
And-
Maisha.
I know, and then like immediately like after that they're like, "All right, let's go rollerblading now."
Yeah, but then they're like, "Hey, where'd Bulk and Skull go?" And then they land on a construction site. Okay, if you're working at a construction site, you see Bulk and Skull or whoever crash. They didn't crash, but like crash land off not their designated target. Hey, what are you doing here? Hey, get the fuck out of here! Like, why would you just start yelling at these guys that just fell from the sky who obviously landed
Well,
in
it's
the wrong
dangerous.
I
area?
saw this video the other day
Yeah.
where this guy, he's like skydiving and he ends up landing on a building and like the security comes and they're like
Beat
"Oh,"
the shit out of him.
they're like trying to get him to go through the building and like calling the police and
Yeah.
stuff. So he just grabs his parachute,
And just
dangles
jumps.
it over the edge, and jumps off the building.
The fuck? I mean, like I don't know. To me, it's just like it's
Yeah, but it's not their fault at all. They can't control where they land.
still they don't know that the construction sites are like this is a dangerous area.
They watched them fall. They do know that.
Also, if I was a construction worker and I unraveled the fucking Chamber of Secrets or whatever that massive
Hey, look at this big sewer grate that looks like this weird fucking demon. Let's not tell anyone.
immediately opens up and they find a like
Hey, look, a
literally-
hand holding a gooey purple egg. Must be an Easter thing that the city didn't tell us about.
That is, I was laughing so hard because I was like, "Where's the police or the FBI or CIA or whoever deals with paranormal shit? Like, where's the X-Files at? Like,
No,
this is,
get 6 teenagers here, quick.
if I was on the construction site, I would immediately like think that was like, okay, we're about to like awaken like Satan or the devil or something like that. Like, it's a fucking egg.
I would be like, because this is like a year or two after Jumanji.
Mhm.
I'd be like, bro, did you watch that movie? Like, this is kind of similar. It's not a game, but we're on a construction site. We dug up this weird thing.
Oh yeah, that wasn't a
Where's
construction.
Robin Williams?
That movie. Oh my god, I guess I'm a very timid person because like
I had to walk out of Jumanji when I was
really you walked
because
out.
we were like 3 or 4 when that came out. I remember like knowing they go in the attic and bats fly out.
Yep, that scared me.
I literally was like, "Yo, Grandma, we got to get the fuck out of here."
Alright.
But then she's like, all right, but my grandma's the type of person to be like, well, we already paid, so let's just get into a different movie if you don't want to see it. She brings me to Independence Day, and I was like, this one, let's go back to Jumanji.
That's way worse. That's
I
terrifying.
just remember being like, oh, Will Smith, Fresh Prince, sick, and then it's just like,
Welcome to Earth.
aliens are invaded. I was like, oh,
What?
oh.
You didn't laugh when he went "Welcome to Earth" and punched the shit out of an alien?
No, I think my eyes were closed most of that movie.
There were only like ever. I think the only movie I've ever like walked out of because I was too scared was the. This is gonna sound stupid, but I left at the first Spider-Man movie.
Okay, similar story, but you go first.
I left at the scene where he drank the potion, and then because
In the lab.
because he's fucking insane, right? Like
When he's in the lab and breaks through.
yeah, he's like, ah, like it just freaks out, and he's like transforming. He's gonna murder his best
Yeah,
friend or lab
yeah.
assistant or whatever. I was like, I gotta get the fuck
All
out
right,
of
so
here.
I saw that at Forest Glade Cinema, and since a young age, I've had this anxiety superpower where I can just feel the vibe of something scary about to happen. So I was just like, I gotta go pee, and I'm in the bathroom. All I hear is, ah! And I was like, oh fuck, dodge a bullet there.
Yeah, exactly. You go to the bathroom and you can still because
the Forest Glade Cinema was small. The bathroom was like right against the theater.
exactly, so you can hear
everything.
it. Yeah. Oh my god, I missed that cinema. It was literally just 3 doors.
It was perfect though.
The movies I remember watching there were Saw 1, Spider-Man 1, not Spider-Man 2, and Cloverfield.
I saw a bunch of movies there.
I've probably seen it way more, but I just can't remember. Oh yeah, King Kong. Oh my god,
I saw King Kong at Devonshire Mall.
I missed that movie theater. It sucks.
Or the Peter Jackson King Kong.
What's gonna be at the Silver City one now? That's not
Nothing.
nothing.
Us. We're moving basement video there.
Yeah. We're gonna be Silver City Video Basement Crew.
All right, you bring your crowbar. We're gonna break into there, and we're gonna make it our secret hideout.
My crowbar?
Your crowbar.
Crowbar!
It's like a crawfish that you harden with steel.
So what happened next? Oh yeah, then
Dude, I gotta mention one part about the rollerblading. What song were they listening to?
it was like no, not that one.
It wasn't Wipeout. Wipeout was in Pulp Fiction, which we watched.
It was all generic, like
No, it was like one good, like an actual. They had like 3 actual songs in this movie. Whatever it was, when they went down the stairs. Okay, you know, like videos on the internet now where it's like, it's Phil Collins in the air tonight, and then when the drum solo, it shows like someone bashed their head off
Yeah.
something or something. That's literally what they did there, but in 1995, it was the part of the song where like a drum went nuts, but they went down on the stairs on the rollerblades, so it was like do, and it was like perfect. I don't know. I liked it.
this movie was. I feel I just have at home when I'm watching that movie.
You were at home when you watched it.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's like welcome back to Alex's Forest Glade home. Like yeah.
I don't live in Forest Glade.
Well, technically, I still do live in the area, but
I know. All right, so what? Keep going.
So after they found the egg, Zordon's like, "Oh, they found the Easter egg."
Oh, that's another creepy thing. Okay,
You
Alpha
don't like-
5 gets a dope ass up. He looks sick in this movie. Alpha. Is it Alpha 5 or am I thinking of something else?
No, it's Alpha 5.
Okay. I know it's Alpha, but I didn't know if Alpha 5 was a different robot from something else.
Every time he gets blown up, he turns, "I'm Alpha 6. I'm Alpha 9."
Yeah, I guess. But he looked dope with that red and gold. But then Zordon, they're like, let's make him look like more clear than in the show.
Yeah, they more detail. I think the thing that was like very what I liked about Zordon was that like you see a human face, but it was very blurry and distorted. He always moved around too.
I like that.
Yeah,
Made
it
the
was.
show better.
But here he was like you see like his like it's very detailed and it's like kind of like
Or when Ivan Ooze, fast forward a bit, when he breaks in and
Yeah.
when they go see him, that's just like, it's just Zordon in like a sleeping bag.
I love that scene where honey, I'm home, and he's like, oh, I have a Charlie horse back from the Renaissance, and then he's like, oh, the things I missed, the black peg.
The Black Peg.
Black Plague.
Nope, it's the Black Peg now.
Oh, Alex didn't miss that one. The Black Plague. Alex, breathe. We don't. That's a basement video blooper for sure.
The Black Peg.
I'm just picturing a massive black.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah, we know.
about to fuck Europe.
Those damn rats.
Oh god, the black
Rats running around with strap-ons.
The Black Plague. Go on.
The Brady Brunch reunion.
That was my favorite because I liked that.
He that wasn't scripted. He did that
Yeah, I know.
himself.
When I was a kid, I used to think that was Robert Englund, like Freddy.
No, I looked it up and it was the guy. Paul Goodman, Freeman, Paul Freeman. He's the actor that plays that German in Raiders of the Lost Ark, where it's just like,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
want to blow up the Ark? Well, here it is.
Yeah,
And
you
then
have to
he calls
peg.
his bluff, and then he ties him up, and
Yeah.
he's that actor. And he
That guy.
he's probably like the main reason like why adults weren't. He was really cool.
In the
Ivan
movie?
Ooze has like the coolest getup, the outfit that he has for them. He looks amazing. I love Ivan Ooze.
I thought he looked creepier when he dressed up to be more presentable to kids. When he was like a half
Oh,
clown, half
his
wizard.
fucking
I was like,
whip
you're creepier.
his pedo outfit or whatever. That was like
I have to lure the kids till they get their parents.
I feel like whoever wrote this movie was like it feels like it was a kid that wrote it because Ivan Ooze is like, oh, I hate teenagers, and
Well,
then he's
that
like,
was
we
like-
gotta get the parents
They
first.
set that up. That was like a Nirvana thing.
Hmm?
He's like, what's that smell? Smells like teenagers. I was like, yo, he could have just said Teen Spirit.
Teen spirit.
And so
Or when they go there and they're like, sort of like, go there. He's chilling. Go fuck him up.
oh yeah, the
and
fight
he's
scene.
like, the cop though. He's just like, have you seen a biomorphic being anywhere? He's like, huh. Oh, did he look like this? I was like, that gets me as a 29-year-old just as much as it got me as a 5-year-old. It's funny as fuck.
Oh my god, I love that movie so much. I don't like the cheesy one. Like that whole fight scene was.
I looked down and looked up like 48 hours later. It seemed like, and they were all still fighting those gooey dreadlock guys.
Yeah.
but they were cool though.
I like them, but I'm just saying.
Dude, and half this movie just looks like they're at a trampoline park and they're filming from underneath.
Yeah,
I was
pretty much.
I was watching those fights, and it was like they instead of just normally backing up, they would do backflips. And there was this one scene where the Blue Ranger helps up the Yellow Ranger, but he doesn't just like give her a hand. He does like 3 twirls and then gives her a hand.
My favorite is when the Pink Ranger's doing backflips away and the Blue Ranger's like, right behind you! And then he blackflips right behind.
Yeah.
Why didn't we all watch this movie together? What the fuck?
We don't like each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We're,
right.
this
We
is, we
actually
just
hate each
we're
other.
here for the show.
Oh yeah, I remember.
We're not really friends. This
Oh,
is we're
Right,
just
right,
actors.
We made that pact. I remember now.
Yeah. My favorite part, that even as a kid, this is my favorite part. And then anytime I see this in any movie, I love it. When White Lake Tommy, he just fully sideways, just kicking him. That's not possible.
That was my favorite scene when I was a little kid. I thought that was so cool that he was still in the air and still kicking while.
Yeah. Or the part when the Blue Ranger, like, he just looked down and he just finished punching one, like, down. And he's
You
just like,
lose, you lose.
ooh, but it's like, you clearly, that ooze was on your hand, not him. Yeah, you ooze, you lose. That was
They were
funny.
all they had. So for this movie, they all had new weapons. They all had like.
After, though, wasn't it?
Hmm?
After?
No, they had new weapons
When
here
they
because
get the
Kimberly never had a whip.
Yeah, that's true.
The only like every Power Ranger had like these like new weapons and they had like gimmicks to it, except for the Black Ranger. The Black Ranger was just
His axe,
the
wasn't
axe. That's it. It was just like it's like
I kind of
got...
wish that Zach instead of Adam was in this. I like Zach.
Yeah,
Because
he actually is a.
half of the original cast wasn't even in this movie.
This is the first. Okay, so this is actually the first time when they recasted because of multiple reasons. Obviously, number one is right, like the Black Ranger's black and the Yellow
Yeah,
Ranger.
they made it kind of racist.
Yeah, they made it pretty racist.
I don't know if they did it on purpose, but it seemed.
I don't know.
funny.
Depending on seeing how they treated Billy and seeing how they.
But Billy was still there at the time.
Yeah, but they were.
It was Jason, Trini, and Zach that left.
It's just like it's
All of them have come back. I think besides Trini, because she died in 2001
Mm.
in a car accident.
And so, they recast it again because they were being underpaid. They were only getting paid like $600 a week.
And Power Rangers was fucking nuts at the time. Like they were getting underpaid, and they were gonna get underpaid for the movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But like they're like the number one show
You
for like a year straight kids show.
but they
And
weren't.
They're getting paid as much as they were with the pilot.
Yeah, and it's just that like because they were they weren't under the union. Bandai was like they can pay them however much they wanted. And so when the movie
It
came
wasn't
out,
Bandai in America.
Bandai what?
Saban owned it.
Oh really? Oh, I forgot.
Remember Saban did like Mystic Knight to Tiernanog, VR Troopers, Super Samurai Cyber Squad.
The good old days of just like Super Sentai Warriors, pretty much.
I knew what you meant. I knew you didn't mean of not paying people.
It's so because they were doing the movie, they could actually get out of their old contract, so they can leave. I forgot. I don't know how the legal terms of that is, but that's like another reason why
Because
people.
Power Rangers started in '93.
Mm,
This movie came out 2 years later, so the first 2 seasons are already done,
mhm.
and the third season of Mighty Morphin was
This-
the last of Mighty Morphin.
So this movie was supposed to be canonically like to lead up to like this is the end of season 2 to leading up to season 3.
yeah, but it was so stupid. Movie's done. You go back to the show the next year, and they literally replay everything, but in a cheesier way
yeah.
without Ivan Ooze.
Well, that's why I say it was supposed to be canonically, but then they said they retconned it, so now this isn't canon anymore. When I looked up, is that this is apparently a completely different
Yeah, but
universe.
why?
I don't know. It's
Like, it
just,
doesn't even make sense.
I think it's because like they had because you have to remember that Power Rangers season 1 and 2 were already like it was in Japan. It was in Japan. Like those were like Japan already had like season. They were up to like season.
They were on season like 13.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to like all these like these fight scenes with like these like the Power Rangers. It's already like filmed, right? And they've been using that. So like they want to make it like close to the original. They want to use as much of the original source as possible. And with the movie that they just made, it would have like contradict a lot of what like the original source material had. So
Yeah, true.
so that's how I see it. I at least.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break on that thought. And we're back. Alex, tell me about the Tango Warriors.
They were actually pretty badass. I actually liked it. I really.
We have one with us.
I know. I really actually liked the design of the Warriors a lot. They kind of.
I think it was homaging Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it was like kind of like an homage because the way that they left the bad guys' hideouts is like it's literally through a balcony.
How the flying
and they
monkeys
all
left.
like fucking just go like. Rah. I think they didn't say it actually. I was almost like, expecting it to be like fly, my pretties, fly.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they fly. They kick the shit out of the Power Rangers. There's a deleted scene where it's supposed to be like they rip their clothes and like they're bleeding and stuff like that. But obviously it's a kids movie and they can't have that. And then
So instead, they showed a half-naked lady.
sticks are twirling, whistling, and the birds are just going nuts. They're like,
Yeah, they didn't like that.
they didn't like that at all. And she's like in this like robe, and she comes in and just beats the shit out of these birds, and they just fly away. And then everyone's like, "Who are you?" All like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, then she starts beating them up.
no,
She
just-
hits
she
Rocky.
yeah,
Rocky's like, "Hey, what's up? Where are you? Or who are you?" And he's just like, "Shut up!" Boom, smacks his hand.
exactly.
And then she flips Tommy.
Gives a bird.
Fuck you, Tommy.
And then they're like, "Who are you?" It's like Zordon was sent us.
Oh, shut up, Zordon!
Whoa, shit, Zordon, my boy.
Yeah, we know. We go back.
There was supposed to. Apparently, there's a lot of deleted scenes where it's supposed to be like she. There's like a 12-minute like, what's it called? Where you're just exposition.
Sure.
She explains who she is and what her order is and how they were sent here to like guard Island
The power.
sorry. And so they're like, well, Zordon sent us here because they told us that there's a great power. And she's like, well, there is. But the whole, like, planet is, like, riddled in, like, bodies for everyone who tried getting it. So good luck, bitch. And they're like, oh, okay, well.
We're different.
Yeah. Oh, they're like, oh, in that case, come follow me. And then, like, she, like, trains them. There's, like, a whole, like, scene where, like, I guess it's, like, that she trains them and gives them new temporary powers in a way. Because they're, like... They get new suits, but they're not like they still run away from monsters, and they're like, ah, they're still terrified whenever.
It's
they
still
do.
the same suits, isn't it? Just different like emblems.
It's supposed to. The suits that they get is season 3, like when they the ninja outfits, but then they transform into the Xeno Rangers.
Yeah. Zeo.
That's in between that scene, they go back to like
They're in space before Zeo.
No,
Zeo's after space.
Is it?
And right before Turbo.
Oh, I had no.
Or maybe I'm thinking of Alien Rangers.
No, because Turbo.
Remember the 4 episodes that were Alien Rangers?
No, Zeo, Turbo, then Space. Because I remember because
Space is
literally the last.
I always mix up Space and Alien Rangers. Because remember that like arc with Alien Rangers?
No.
It was like in Mighty Morphin, but there was like 4 episodes.
And there's like they're actual aliens or whatever.
Yeah, but they're Rangers.
No, because I remember the last episode of Power Rangers Turbos is they
Going
literally
to
go
space?
into a spaceship and they
All right, I'm just confusing the Alien Rangers.
Yeah. And so like while they're in like Australia,
That's not where they're actually supposed to be, but that's where they are.
it goes back to like Ooze is like, we're gonna fuck up these parents by going through their kids first, and so he turns into like this like mascot wizard that's like,
Wizard.
buy my ooze,
It's free.
it's free, put it in your mouth, spit it, then
Throw it at your parents.
yeah, throw it in their faces, and everyone like kids are like, yeah, and like it's funny how like they're like, it's free, but like kids are like, take my fucking money, and
That's dad though. That scene where he's like, he finds on the counter. He's like, oh, what is this? Dunks his whole hand. Oh, what is this? Oh, honey got some good for later.
I actually because
This is that gooey lube.
He's like, ooze, what is this? He opens it, sniff it, ugh. But then like like just goes like fists the shit out of it. And it's
I
just
think
like,
our lube went bad, honey.
yeah, and then he's just like, and then like all the parents are like destroyed.
Zombies now.
Yeah,
pretty
they're
much.
like, woo. They walk back.
They work at his ooze factory.
And so yeah, officially all the parents in the world now work
In Angel Grove.
in Angel Grove now work for Ooze, and they go to this construction site where they dig up like the skeletal remains of his like Bex, his Zords or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I gotta say, well, it's later on in the movie, but I gotta say they're big, but they're like not skyscraper big as all the other monsters that the
But
Power Rangers.
when they're in space, though, they look the same size.
Hmm?
Their Zord, it looks the same size as his.
Yeah, but the thing is that like that was the one disappointing. Like I get it, like no, I don't get it. Like the Zords are supposed to be bigger than the skyscrapers.
Yeah.
These monsters are like half the height of a skyscraper.
But you get it, right?
No, I
Oh.
don't get it.
Well, they never were all as big as buildings.
They are, yeah,
in the
they were.
show. They knock over buildings, but they're not
They're like the
always
si-
as tall as them.
So
Because TV show budget, not movie budget. Well, this was a movie budget, so they.
I
could've-
actually do love their new outfits and the ninja outfits that they get from the hot babe, and then she's just like, Kimberly, the crane, because
I'm a
bird."
frog.
Yeah, and like, why are you sad? He's like, I'm a fucking frog. Yes, you are. And then
You get to fucking make out with me because
yeah, he kisses him, and he's like, listen. You Rangers are kind of shit without your powers. So like, go get your powers already and like
Yeah.
be good again. And then she just like turns into a fucking owl. and
Was
just-
it they wrestled the bones?
That was after.
I know, but why? I don't remember.
Because it's supposed to be like the whole power, the source of her power is like guarded. It's like these trials, like to see if you're worthy.
Yeah, and then they just.
So they go through the forest. They fight like literally like a dinosaur skeleton, which is
Ironic because they're dinosaur rangers.
it's not ironic. It's just like I'd be less terrified of being fought by a dinosaur. Like if
Skeleton?
a skeleton dinosaur tried to eat me, it wouldn't matter because I just fall through it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Still his teeth, though.
I remember when I was a kid, like this whole movie was like an epic adventure because I was like, they're gonna go on a quest to get the new powers, and it's like, oh my god, they're fighting a fucking skeleton dinosaur. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And then they finally find the source wall, and it's just like this. The sets are all massive, by the
Oh
way.
yeah. You
Like
can
the
just tell
Like the set where
they put a bunch of money in this movie.
they threw so much money in. The set where Dalciel is like, they're telling everyone that you're the bear, you're you're the
huge.
frog, you're the ape or whatever. That massive
Like
stadium, whatever
Cliff Stadium.
that's so big. It took up so much space in the studio.
Yeah.
And same with like the
The
wall
wall
where
where
that
they-
has the power.
where those
It's
guys
8
come
feet
off of it.
tall, and it's just like has all these like decorative like detailed like etchings and stuff.
They come to life,
Exactly. And it was like, this is insane. Like, this is actually really badass.
and then they like, "Hey, that movie's not canon anymore. We have to redo that with our shitty TV show budget for
Apparent-
third season."
Apparently, those Stone Warriors, you get to see them again in Power Rangers Police Force. No, is that the one-
SPD,
Yeah, SPD. That's what it is.
Special Police Force.
And I thought that was. I
Or
had no idea. I
division.
never really paid attention. I
I didn't really watch much after Zeo. I dabbled, but yeah.
Yeah, that was the same thing too. Like after.
Or Space. I mean,
Yeah, after Space for me, I lost interest in Power Rangers. I
I,
mean,
I remember catching up again, like when Dino Force or Thunder or whatever was on.
Dino Force was definitely when I started because I didn't like what they were doing with the special effects. I actually really hated.
But then they was on because Disney bought it,
Mhm.
so it was on the Saturday morning lineup on ABC. Dino Thunder, so I started watching it again then. That's when Tommy came back as a doctor, and he was like the Black Ranger,
Yes,
like
that's
that
right.
special Black Ranger.
He came back a lot. He was the
He He was a Black Ranger.
He was the
the
Green
Gold
Ranger, White Ranger, Red Ranger, and the Black Ranger.
and he came back as the Green Ranger in the Mega Force
Yeah, that's
when
right.
all the Rangers came back.
Yeah, he had this Omni. He had the Omni Morpher. He can transform into any version of his like past.
That's in the comic.
No, that's in the show too.
Is that in Mega Force
Yeah.
too? Oh, I thought it was just in that.
No, it's
whatever
actually really
comic.
cool because he's like he. I don't know if it's like he fights an evil version of himself or he fights an evil ranger.
Oh, that's in he fights an evil version of himself.
And
I think
it shows that it's like
it's cheesy, but
it's
cool
cheesy,
scene.
but it shows that he's been a ranger for like the longest out of anyone. Like he has the most experience. I wish they did a Power Rangers where it talks about like where he turns evil and becomes like the new.
I think everything ever from our childhood should just do what Cobra Kai does.
The one thing they should bring back is just like they tried bringing it back, but no one likes these new Power Rangers.
The Power Rangers has never stopped.
No, I know. I'm talking about the movie. I feel like they tried bringing it back with.
No, they're doing it. They just so after that movie came out, shortly after, now Nickelodeon owns Power Rangers, and now Nickelodeon has a deal with Netflix, and there's about to be a fuck ton of Power Rangers coming out, like new movies, new everything. Same with Ninja Turtles because Nickelodeon owns Ninja Turtles, or not Nickelodeon, Viacom owns them, but they own Nickelodeon. Like there's a Seth Rogen Ninja Turtles movie coming out. There's a live action Ninja Turtles movie coming out. There's new Ninja Turtles shows. There's like 4-part series coming out of Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and shit.
I just feel like there has to be a point when you stop making.
Nope.
You just have to stop.
Nope.
Like Simpsons needs to stop.
Simpsons needs to stop, but I don't mind it because like Ninja Turtles, not so much Power Rangers, but with Ninja Turtles, it's like a new concept every time, so it breathes new air into it.
Yeah, that's true. What happened? So they fought the stone monsters. That scene, by the way, where like the door opens and it shows it. I get goosebumps. I love that they got their new like monster, their new power, and it's just like, all right, guys, and they get their new. I was kind of expecting when I saw this movie, I was kind of expecting they were gonna get new morpher suits, but it's just the same one, but like they're more metallic and it's like heavy metal almost, like not heavy metal, but it's more like armor plated.
Yeah.
I was like kind of like, that's cool.
Well, because it was the new powers mixed with their old powers, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, I forgot to mention really quick. Do you remember that scene when they're like trying to find the ooze monsters and they're like, "Hold on, I'll turn on my super high beam."
I wanted to mention that too. It's literally just a flashlight glued to the Yellow Ranger's head or something.
And then the Ranger's like, "I'll use my super sight vision," and it's just like a scouter.
They put a whole new helmet on, like because he has a weird fucking thing.
So when they were making this movie, they wanted to get rid of the visors and the lip masks things.
Yeah,
because they wanted to express emotions whenever they're talking or like when they're fighting, and it just looked really weird.
Did you ever see that? Yeah, it does look weird.
And it looks really weird.
No
and
one-
I get
no
it.
one
because
It just looked like they're wearing half motorcycle helmets.
No, like they had clear visors instead of
what
anything,
the-
and it looks really dumb.
Yeah, that does. That would
they
be dumb.
they like I get it. It's a movie. You want to see the actors' emotions and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's Power Rangers, and the whole point is
Like
that,
grow up, right?
It's kind of like the same concept with Iron Man. You don't see Tony Stark's face, and so when you see Iron Man's face, it's just a very emotionalist.
Well, that's why in the Iron Man movies they just put camera in his mask.
Yeah,
Because you're paying Robert Downey Jr. You want to see his face.
Yeah.
but Power Rangers is like you'd never. Yeah, you only time you ever see their face is when they're like
When they're at a
skateboarding.
karate tournament or rollerblading.
Right.
Those actors were very active when they were like playing their roles. So like when they're stunt, so that if anything happened to their stunt doubles, they would actually do their own stunts too.
Yeah. Like Tommy was won tournaments as a fighter. He's been in the MMA.
Yeah, and the Blue Ranger and the Pink Ranger were both into
Dance.
dancing and
they were-
acrobatics and stuff
yeah.
like that. And I was like, well, that's really fucking cool. That like these Power Rangers.
Zach was actually a dancer too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Was he?
Was he, buddy?
That was my favorite one to play in the Power Rangers Super Nintendo game. Was Zach because like he fought with dance moves.
I thought that's kind of like. Didn't he wear like really baggy
They
purple?
were like MC Hammer pants in the
That's
game.
so racist.
I know.
God, this game is like more racist than Disney, like back in the day. Like,
I don't want to go that far, but yeah.
Yeah.
well, think about it. Power Rangers was like, let's
No,
have
they were just doing stereotypes. Disney was just calling them out outright.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you remember when you had like the super meter and so like,
What's a super meter?
well, when I played the Power Rangers,
Oh, yeah.
I remember I went to your house and I was like, I was just gonna beat the Power Rangers movie, the game, at your house because I never did it as a kid, and I
Yeah.
finally did it, and I was like, I was so.
When
happy.
I didn't beat the original Super Nintendo one as a kid, and I remember I think I was really high, and someone was over in high school and we beat it, and I cried. I don't remember
Just
why. I
because-
I had like one tear.
Emotional.
I was like, oh, this is dope as fuck.
Well, the games were so fucking cool. Like
Yeah.
I think everyone and their mothers remember the fucking Super Nintendo Power Rangers video game when it's like.
Did you ever play the fighting one? I found that one as an adult. It's the movie, but the fighting
No,
edition.
yeah, I that wasn't with you. I actually used to have a sleepovers with my friend George, and he had the Super Nintendo. Where it's just like the Zords are fighting
Yeah,
with the
it's
monsters.
sick.
Yeah, it was really cool. I think the GBA version is considered
There's
the
no GBA version.
Genesis.
I don't even think Fighting Edition.
There was. It's not as well known because obviously the Super Nintendo had like better.
Are you sure? I think Fighting Edition's only on
No, it
Super
was. I
Nintendo.
remember.
The movie and the movie's the only one on both. I think as a Power Ranger game. And then there's a Sega CD one. But do you ever see Sega CD one?
No.
It's just like videos of the show, and then once in a while you get to kick.
It's so disgusting. What were they thinking with Sega CD?
Sega CD is dope for some games, but most of the games is just like full motion video, and it's just like, why? Look at CDs. Look what they can do. Yeah, I want to play a game. I don't know. All right, so yeah, they get their Zord. They fly.
They get their new Zords. The kids are all like having their like massive like
they've
party.
realized-
Like
yeah,
everyone's like, we're in trouble.
That fucking song. Me and Max listen to that at work sometimes.
And they're all having like this massive, just like kid, no parents allowed rule, and it's just like, guys, their parents are about to walk off a cliff. What? And then like, so they go.
And then, of course, the Power Rangers get there just in time.
Yeah. So
And Bulk and Skulls with all the kids. Because remember the kid's like, he sees all the construction equipment. He's like, all right, kids, push on your parents. And you two come with me.
no, it was like. It's really weird because like they're supposed to be like high school kids, and like Bulk and Skull are supposed to be high schoolers, but then these are all like grade school kids. Like they're like, but it's
well,
like
we don't know where our friends are, so let's hang out with these kids.
yeah, it's like, well, the party was like it wasn't just kids. The party had like teens too, I guess, but
Under 18.
but actual like teens.
Yeah, not Bulk and Skull who are probably pushing 30 at that time.
Somebody
So
better
Ivan Ooze-
watch out for those guys.
So Ivan Ooze finally got his monsters built. He came inside all of them, filled them up.
Pardon?
What?
What did he do?
He filled
He
them
what?
all.
No, what did he?
What inside them?
He shot his ooze inside the
He
monster.
came in. Oh, you meant to say came in. I thought you accidentally said that. That would have been funnier.
He
You
shot his,
meant it.
he shot his ooze inside his monsters. They're all filled up with his purple ooze. And they came to life.
I love how his Zord is just like normal looking Zord, but then his face on the front.
Well, that's when he merges with them. So as soon as his monsters are alive, he's like, all right, you guys are fired. Go walk yourself off the cliff. And they're like, okay. And so
Well, the kids and Bulk and Skull save the parents.
I
Well, actually, no, they don't.
I can't believe how. Well, I get it. Like, they're supposed to be all the adults of Angel Grove, but like, goddamn, if that's not like efficient of like how he completely like manipulated like 90% of the population in that city.
In that area.
And you would think the government would be like, Angel Grove been overthrown by a bunch of aliens for the past 3 years now. We haven't done anything.
Yeah, how do they build skyscrapers so quick? Every week they have them back up. But then they're like, hey, remember that thing we mentioned earlier in the movie that we mentioned once? Yeah, we're gonna use that comet that we mentioned in one scene to fight
We're not
Ivan
there
Ooze.
yet.
We pretty much are.
They didn't even mention the Haley's comet.
They mentioned at the beginning. It's not. It's like some weird comet. It's not Haley's.
It's not even like Haley's comet. It's like something.
It's like Bill Withers' comet. I think you know Bill Withers. Ain't no sunshine.
it's Tucker's comet.
I don't even know if that's Bill Withers.
And so, the Rangers come in. They have these new Zords, and they're all like PS1 graphic like Zords.
I watched it on VHS and it actually looked cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the shine.
Okay.
They got the shining. You know,
It straight up looks like something out of Reboot. Like all the animatronics. Like
Reboot was big at the time in '95.
Yep. I mean, like, it definitely. You can definitely tell like what year this movie was made by just like looking at the Zords.
Yeah.
And they're actually like not doing a half. No, they're getting fucked up actually. Like they were getting fucked up by the monsters, but then finally, like they're like, okay, we took down the scorpion one. All that's left is like that praying mantis, and the praying mantis is like, Dad, I need fucking help. And he's like, oh, fine. He like goes inside his robot, and it's like it's funny how his face like just was like,
Yeah.
it just like elongates into the back of his mech and then becomes the mech. And like you said, it's the mech, but like it's his
I mean, it was
face.
his face.
And then shit gets serious, and then they have to like transform, and it's like the most jankiest transformation.
Oh, yeah.
Like it zooms in how all these pieces come together, but it's literally like the head just like 3D sinks into its own torso. Like there's no mechanics that shows how it does that. It just sinks in, and then becomes the hand, and then the crane becomes the chest, and no, the bear is the chest. And then the legs and the arms form, and then it's like, Tommy, we need your bird back thing.
We need your bird, Tommy.
And then Tommy's like,
and here he is, right here.
no. He's like,
Falcon's
hold
over.
on. I think some kids are driving a train.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, Andrew. Alex, put your hands as close as you can to me, like together, like this. Put your hands like this.
Oh.
Okay, then fly this thing over here, and then he flies in. Put your hands closer. He flies in and just lands like that. Alex's hands are the train tracks, and then the train just goes over.
Well, he watched the movie, didn't he?
I assume he fell asleep.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god.
But I rewatched it this morning.
Well, there
The
you go.
majority of it.
Did it go? Wait, did he connect the train from?
It was beak to tail.
I thought it was wing to wing.
It might have been, but I think it was beak to tail.
Anyway,
Because he like swoops in and
either
just
way,
stops.
either way, that's not how that works.
You don't know. You've
And-
never been to Angel Grove. You don't know what the railway system's like.
And then like all these kids are like, yeah, we didn't fucking just die almost.
It's probably smart for Angel Grove to do that because now their trains, they have fights every week. It's probably smart to be Zord appropriated.
And so like the kids finally get off the train, and then they hose down their parents just before they walk
Yeah,
off.
like that would have ripped them apart. The kid's like, I'm gonna save them.
It's not like it's a really high powered like construction cannon hose.
Yeah,
thing.
it should have been. But that didn't even do anything.
It just pushed. Yeah,
So it shows them doing that, and then they're fighting in space, whatever, the Zords. And then the comet comes. They're like, oh, he's latched on us. We're getting him off.
And
So-
then like Kimberly, like not Kimberly, but like Aisha, like I'm gonna push this button, breaks the glass,
And
it's
there's
like
a
it's a
button-
massive red button they press, and it just knees the enemy in the
Like, you
balls.
didn't need to hit a button. This is the sack 'em button. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
It's a big red button that she presses that like knees the main bad guy in the balls, and he's just like, oh my god, my
And then he
O's."
just goes right into the comet and blows the fuck up.
and then the parents are like, what
Oh, wait, we're good.
yeah. and this the movie like wraps up like they have this massive party. The whole world's at this party pretty
Not-
much.
It's just Angel Grove.
I know, but the way that the advertisement worked for the movie was that like
Yeah, it was supposed to be a big deal.
so they had the party in Sydney.
Yeah.
And the way they advertised it was like, if you want to see the Power Rangers, everyone come to this party that's happening like here in the plaza. And so like most of those people were just people that are like they wanted to see the Power Rangers and they're partying, so that's why they're cheering. It's like, whoa, it's the Power Rangers.
Yeah, it's real
and so they
people.
filmed it while that was happening to be like actually like
Part of the party.
exactly. And then the fireworks came out and it's like, thank you, Power Rangers. And then Bulk and Skull's like, whoa, what about us?
Yeah,
And
because
they're like, what about you?
What'd they even do? He said, "You guys come with me to help." Did they do anything at the construction site?
I think they were ones that were using the hose.
Oh,
gun.
they turned it on for him while
Yeah.
he was up there.
And they helped, so they saved their parents a little bit. And then the movie ends with Van Halen.
Oh yeah, it is Van Halen, isn't it?
Fucking me and Max always talk about like that was our favorite. Like the movie was great, but that scene where it's just like Van Halen's like, and in the end, our dreams will begin, and it's just like, oh my god, fuck yeah, Power Rangers! Oh, such a great movie.
Oh, so you crying?
Yeah, a little bit.
Nice, man.
That's like, I love that movie. If I ever die, whenever I die, I want that music playing in the back, like in your funeral, just like
In mine?
no,
No.
at my funeral.
Oh.
I love that music.
I assume we'll die together, so we'll play it as all.
At your together funeral.
Yeah.
And that was the greatest movie I ever watched in my entire life.
What
Really?
do you rate it?
That movie, Power Rangers, I rated it a 6 out of 10. Are you kidding me? No,
It's not, I was gonna say, it's not
Best
that
movie
good.
you've ever watched in your
it's
entire
the
life.
best piece of shit movie. It's
Okay.
really bad, but it's like
All right. I
Okay.
thought you guys actually were thinking it was like this great movie, and I just
No.
didn't want to talk the whole time, ruin it for you guys, because the whole time I was watching, I was like, This is really cheesy.
Yeah,
boys."
Nothing Power Rangers is good. It's just fun.
No, of course
Yeah.
not. It's the cheese. It's like you have to like. It's either you love it or you don't. That's all
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, it's just fun.
All right, cool.
So you're giving it a
Because-
6?
No, of course not. I'm giving this movie like a
Of
9.
how many knees to the Ivan Ooze's groin? 9?
9.
I'll give it a 8.
I give
Andrew?
it a 6.
That's
Yeah.
6 as fuck, bro.
6 as fuck.
Alex, you got anything
yeah.
to say to the people before we leave?
Look up. Just look up the.
No,
Actress.
check out Lemon Party. It's our new set.
No, just look up Dulcia. Just everyone go on your computer right now. Just type in Dulcia.
We showed a picture of her.
I know. Bring it up right now.
Alex wants you to bring it up again, Andrew.
All right, you got it up there.
Yep.
There she is.
This is Alex,
There you go.
dream lady.
So
I-
when I
Look
was a
her
little
up
kid,
again.
there were like 4 actresses that I had a crush on. She's one of them. Halle Berry from the Flintstones,
Flintstones
movie.
movie,
Yeah. Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, fuck.
What's the 4th one actually?
Where was the 5th one? Where was the...
I guess let's leave it at 3 for now. I had 4.
4 yet to come. And on that note, we'll chat you later.
Check out our Patreon.
Pay us for the Ron.
All right, take care. Chat you later.
Alex, say it. Say the line, Alex.
Chat you later.